Good morning. I am Robin. I am from Department of Commerce and Economics. Now I am handling business correspondencies. Meaning of communication. The word communication has been derived from the Latin word communication, which means common. Thus, communication means sharing of ideas in common. Definition of communication. According to the shorter Oxford English Dictionary, communication means conveying or exchange of idea, knowledge, etc., whether by speech, writing, or sign. Communication take place when one person transfer information and understanding to another person. It refers to the exchange of ideas, feelings, emotions, knowledge, and information between two or more persons. Communication is the process of passing information and understanding from one person to another. Characters of communication. It involves at least two person. Communication involves at least two person, a sender and a receiver. The sender is called communicator and the receiver of the message is known as communicant. A person who speaks, writes or issue some institute is the sender and the person from whom the communication is mean or who receive the message is the receiver or communication. Message is a must. A message is the subject matter of communication. Example, the context of the letter or speech, order, instruction, or the suggestion. A communication must convey some message. If there is no message, there is no communication. Communication is a two-way process. It involves both information and understanding. Communication is not complete unless the receiver has understood the message properly and his reaction or response is known to the sender. Understanding is the end result of communication, but it does not imply agreement. Its primary purpose is to motivate a response. The primary purpose of communication is to motivate a response or influence human behavior. There is no doubt that motivation comes from within, but communicator can also motivate people by good drafting of message, proper timing of communication. Example, to create understanding, communication should be relevant to the situation. It must always be remembered that communication is a means of motivating and not an end itself. Communication may be formal or informal. Formal communication follows the formal channel providing in the organization structure. For example, the managing director communicates with departmental heads, say financial manager. Financial manager communicate to deputy financial manager. The deputy financial manager with accounts office and so on. In simple words, in informal communication, there is no direct communication between the managing director and the account clerks. Informal communication flows and informal channels of communication which are not provided in the organization structure. These channels develop among members because of personal contact through working with each other. It flows up and down and also from side to side. Communication flows downward from a surprise or subordinate and upward from subordinate to a superior. It also flows between two or more persons operating at the same level of authority. The process of communication. The communicator first of all formulates a clear idea about facts, option or information he wants to convey. The idea is that translated by him into words, spoken or written, symbols or some other forms of message which he expects the receiver to understand. This process is known as encoding of the message. The communicator select a suitable media for the transmission of message. Example, telephone, telegraph or television. The message is conveyed with the help of media selected. For example, sender. Sender is message. Who is sending the message to the communication person from other end? Idea, encoder of message, channel. Channel, it will be like oral, written, symbol, etc. Next, receiver. The receiver person, who is the message receiving the person. Then decoding the message, listening, reading, observing. Last one is meaning and action. The both the sides will be a feedback. The message is then received by the communicator. It tries to understand it by decoding the message. The communicator act upon the message as he has understood it. Finally, the effectiveness of communication is measured through feedback. If the communication brings in the desired changes in the action or behavior of the receiver, it is said to be successful communication. In case there is no change in the action of behavior, there is no communication, and if it leads to undesirable changes, it is a case of miscommunication. Purpose of objective of communication. The main objectives are conveying the right message. The main objective of communication is to convey the right message to the right person. Therefore, to the person of whom it is meant, the message conveyed should be well understood and accepted by the receiver in the right purpose use. Coordination of effort. It is an effective tool for coordinating the activities of a different person engaging in running a business. Coordinating without communication is a remote possibility. The individual or groups comes to know what others are doing and what is expected from them only through communication. Like the good industrial relations. Communication develops good industrial relation as it convey the feelings, ideas, options and viewpoints of a one party to other party. Two party. The management and the subordinate come closer through communication. They understand each other and misunderstanding. Thus, it promotes cooperations and good industrial relation. Development of managerial skill. Communication helps managers to understand human behavior at work. Communication of facts, ideas, options, informations, feelings, etc. Additional value to the knowledge of manager about various happening in the organization and behavior of people. Thus, communication is a process of learning. Next, effectiveness of policies. The organization formulates policies and programs to guide the workforce. This should be conveyed properly to those who are really responsible for the execution of work to achieve the organizational objectives. Only effective communication can translate the policies into action. Effectiveness of the policies can be judged from the success with solely depends upon an effective communication system. Futures of communication, goal-oriented activities. Its aim is not to convey or receive information only, rather its purpose is to release the basic objective of the business unit. Communication is indisable for realization of objectives. Two-way process. Communication is a two-way process. It includes the act of giving and receiving information. Both the top officers do not just issue instruction or order. to their subordinates. So subordinate rather they also receive try to the understanding the information that the subordinate supply in turn. The communication is a two-way process. Means also that the manager after issue orders try to know the reaction of the subordinates and also whether they have full understood the order or not. Perpetual process. Communication is a perpetual process. The exchange of views and options goes on continuously among the employee of a business enterprises. Communication begins as a business in launch in only when the business is wound up. Internal process. Communication is internal to the organization in the senses that it is confined to only member to the organization who use it. Advertisement in the newspaper intent for the customer and not included in the concept of communication. But when a manager asks his account to prepare some statement, it is a part of communication. Administrative process. Communication is administrative in character. In ordinary life, a letter or an advertisement is treated as a means of communication. But in business, the word communication refers to administrative or managerial communication only through communication the problem of management or solved. Human process. Communication is a kind of human process. It is affected between two human beings. The intercom, telephone, and radio are merely physical instruments which help human beings communicate with other. All perceived. The communication is all perceived process is the senses that communications can be among the person in same level of management or among the person in different level of management. For example, top level, mid level, bottom level. Managing director, marketing manager, finance manager, then it will go to production manager. Principles of communication. People like to communicate with those they believe can help them achieve their aims, enhance their status, satisfy their needs, or contribute to the security. People avoid communicating with those they think cannot help them, might hinder them, or endanger them. Where there is a climate of confidence between two individuals, the power of communication will be enhanced. Communication will be colored by the acceptance of two parties. The relations of interdependency between the two parties will improve the quality of communication. Credit or reward for initial communication will stimulate it continuous. Understand of organization. Relationship can contribute both to quantity and quality of communication. Upward communication can be strengthened by the support of fellow employees. Principles of communication. Know your audience. First one is know your audience. Next, know your purpose. Know your topic. And split objectives. Present surround picture. Achieve credit with your audience. Follow through on what you say. Communicate a little at a time. Present information in several ways. Develop a practical, useful way to get feedback. Principles of effective communication. Simple language. The language used in communication should be simple and easy understandable. Simple language means using familiar words, no abusing. The communicator should be clear in his mind about the objective of his communication and there should not be any ambiguity. Proper medium of communication. There are different media for passing of communication. The communicator should select the proper medium by considering such factor as the nature of matter to the communicator, urgency of communication, distance between the communicator and the receipt of communicator. Example, adequacy of information. In order to make communications effective, one more conditions to be fulfilled is that they should be adequate and complete in all respects. Right climate in the organization. There should not be any communication barrier in the business corner. The organization structure of the unit considered of physical settings and human settings must facilitate the process of communication. Training of communicators. Proper training should be given to the communicator in the communication skill. It helps in interesting the effectiveness of communication considerable. Purpose of communication. The basic purpose of any communication is to elicit a behavior responses from the receiver. The next stage is that the order should be accepted by the subordinate. So the sender or communicator must make effort to achieve the object of this response. Physical human settings. Physical settings refer to the process to whom the message is communicated. The receiving person may be an individual, concern, department, personnel from organization as a whole. Human settings refer to the circumstance under which the message is communicated. So the communicator or the sender should bear in mind the circumstance and the receiving person while communicating the message. Consultant. It is necessary to seek the particular of others in planning and communication. It helps the sender to additional insights into and objective of the message. Moreover, those who participates and help communicate planning will giving active supports to you. Contact of message. The communicator should decide his tone of voice with reference to the context of the message. Sometimes the communicator may make his voice loud or shrill in order to make the communication effective. Follow-up action. Follow-up action is necessary to find out whether the receiver has understood the message correctly. The receiver may take some action after receiving the message. The sender should know the type of action taken by the receiver, time and opportunity. The sender should consider the interest and need of the receiver of message. It helps him to find out the correct time when the message is to be communicated. In this way, the sender used the opportunity to convey the message to enduring and immediate benefits to the receiver. Training to the communication. Proper training is essential to the communications to develop the communication skill. This helps in increasing the effectiveness of communication considerable. Actions support communication. The actions or attitudes of the sender should support the message. For example, the sender may raise this hand to convey the message of stop the work. So the action of the sender should not consider his words or message. Personal cooperation. So next, cooperation of personnel is necessary to make effective communication. The communication result is strength that business concern through the cooperate of managerial person. Listening. Listening is one of the most important tasks of the sender. Here, listening refers to the reaction of the receiver. The sender must learn to listen with the inner. The sender can gather useful information through listening for future communication. Types of barrier: physical barrier, cultural barrier, language barrier, emotional barrier, gender barrier, organizational barrier, perceptual barrier. Physical barrier. Physical barrier relates to disturbance in immediate situations which can influence in the course of an effective communication. Some of them are easy to alter, whereas some may prove to be true obstructs in the process of effective communication. Culture barrier. Cultures provides people who way of thinking, way of seeing, hearing, and interpreting the world. Similar word can mean different thing to the people from different culture, even when they talk the same language. Language barrier, unable to convey in a language that is known by both the sender and receiver, is the greatest barrier of effective communication. When a person uses inappropriate words while conversing or writing, it could lead to misunderstanding between the sender and receiver. Emotional barrier. The emotional states may influence your capacity to make yourself understood and hamper your understanding of others. Many times, emotional barriers are your part or the part of the person you are speaking, which may inhibit your ability to communicate on an effective level. Gender barrier, relationship, respects, workplace, authority, and educations are common way means and women's are pitted against each other. Overcoming barrier in gender communication. It's simple but can be made clear with a little patience and understanding. This barrier arises because men and women have different way of thinking and communicating. Next process. So process of communication is sender, message, channel, receiver, response, feedback. Sender. The process of communication start with generating of ideas. These ideas arise in the mind of sender. The sender thinks about a particular matter and thereafter an idea arises in his mind. After this as to convert the idea into message. So message encoding, after the generating of idea, the sender has convert as his ideas into message. This process of converting ideas into message is known as encoding. For the purpose, the sender has to select and use certain words or symbols. Channel, that means medium. After preparing the message, the sender has to transmit the message through some channel or medium. Channel is some medium through which there is a transfer of message from sender to receiver. There are different channels of communications like letter, telephone, postcard, fax, email, etc. Receiver, encoding. When the receiver receives the message, it tries to understand it by the process of decoding. It is reverse of encoding. Decoding means the process of converting the message into some ideas or meaning. Therefore, to interpret and understand the idea in right sense. The process of decoding is influenced by receivers, knowledge, intelligence, past experience, and his relations with sender. Response. After receiving and understanding the message, the receiver reacts to it. This means he gives a response or replies to the message. The message may be immediate or different. It may be favorable or unfavorable. For example, when a person writes a letter of congratulations to the friend on his successful his examination, he may give a response by writing letter of thanks. Feedback. When the sender sends the message, is interested in knowing his message is received and properly understood by the receiver or not. He can find out this by getting feedback from the receiver. Feedback is essential as is a barometer of effective communication. Feedback is the observation of knowledge of the response of receiver. Immediate feedback is possible only in case of face-to-face communication or in telephonic communication. Types of communication. One-way communication. One-way communication is characterized by absence of feedback from the receiver. One-way communication. Knowledge and informations will be sent to one-way communication. It will be sent by the teacher and listened by the students. Therefore, two-way communication. Two-way communication involves active feedback from the receiver to the sender to ensure that the receiver has understood the message in the same send that sender intent to convey. Therefore, sender and receiver, both the person will message and the feedback. Verbal communication. Verbal communication involves the uses of symbols that generally have universal meaning for all who are taking part in the process. Types of verbal: oral communication and written communication. Oral communication is that channel of communication in which message is transmitted in spoken from. Hello. For written communication is that in which information is exchanged in the written or print. Next, non-verbal communication. Non-verbal communication means transmission of meaning other than oral or written. This transmission can be through facial expressions, body postures, eyes, etc. Thank you.